Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't usually do videos like this. I like reacting to positive things, but something has sort of come to light, and it's kind of big. I know I said I wouldn't post anything on Roblox ever again because of past issues with my old channel, but this I can make an exception because I'm not actually playing something. Today a tweet longer came out about a certain developer's experience with the company GameFam, whom are the creators and developers of Sonic Speed Simulator. And in my opinion, I've already read a little bit of it, just the first paragraph, and I thought, okay, no, I want to sit back and I actually just want to discuss it live on video with you and then have a discussion with you guys in the comments and getting your opinions on this, because this is a legitimate issue and I want to get the word out. Before we get into this, I will also say that, you know, there could be a chance that this happens with other twitlongers and things, so I have to say this. There's a disclaimer. We haven't, okay, because this came out today, we haven't heard a response from GameFam or anything like that, so take this with a pinch of salt just for now, because I'm not trying to say like none of this happened or anything like that. I'm just saying, don't go to GameFam with pitchforks or anything like that. Just we need to wait for a response. Act civil and like adults with this situation. Right, with that out of the way, let's see this. So we have this twitlonger, and it is quite a big issue if you ask me. I will actually zoom in for you guys right now. So we're going to read through this together, and then I will give my thoughts and opinions on it, and then we can have like a discussion down in the comments. Coming out with my experience on GameFam. To begin with, this whole situation with GameFam, they are a predatory company that tries to create a monopoly on the Roblox site by buying out other games and then integrating them into their company. I would not generally trust them if they approach you with an offer to advertise their game, especially now at all times. Not only try to create a monopoly, they underpay some of their positions in this market. That is terrible. Some 3D artists like me are paid $17 an hour with a salary of $30k a year. In this industry, most of the standard is at least $35 an hour with salary $75k. Okay, that's crazy. While I was employed under GameFam, it was a constant struggle due to heavy crunching in the development team because we were mandated to update Sonic Speed Simulator every week. This was a heavy toll on my mental and physical self, as I had to devote a lot of time to not just the development of the game, but also because I take care of my dad. And I tried explaining this to the team and the higher-ups, and they mostly understood my situation. I was eventually cut from full-time to half-time hours, Jesus, without any notice. They have absolutely no communication when it comes to decisions, and when I tried speaking about the matter as professionally as I could with human resources, I was basically just ghosted. Essentially, I slaved away every week working the nights, while also taking care of my dad who has complications due to reasons, putting in my best effort and work into every task just to be belittled and ignored and put on half time, cutting my pay in half. So not only do I go from 17 an hour, which is not even half the salary of a 3D artist, I get cut in half even more. At that point, it's just more than robbing me of my time and money. At the end of October, I ended up working on the Werehog update for Speed Simulator. I worked hard to get the animations to the highest quality I could. When I submit my work to be used in the game, I get a notice that I was terminated from the company that I did not even notice until the next Monday to check on my tasks for the week. Add insult to injury, they now show off the last asset I heavily worked on their Twitter here. We'll look at that in a minute. I'm still struggling financially to support my dad and family because of this. TLDR, GameFam is a predatory company that underpays their employees, has barely zero communication with them. Okay, that's crazy. Right, so this is horrible. Again, I did play a fair amount of Speed Simulator on the old channel, but obviously I've tried to keep away from Roblox because the reasons of hacking into my old channel and getting that lost. But this is a massive exception because I have to tread lightly here. If what this person is saying is true, then this is horrible. This is terrible. this whole instance is not acceptable at all. I like Speed Simulator's content has been going insanely fast in terms of size and also how often it's been coming out. And I always thought, you know, that it's cool, but I always thought they would have had like maybe separate teams per update, or had some sort of rota or something along those lines. Again, I don't know anything really about game development, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm just saying what I thought, how it worked, but obviously that's not the case here. They all bulked on one thing. But it's horrible to see such talented people get underpaid to start with anyway, because, you know, he said, I paid 17 an hour with a salary of 30k a year. In this industry, most of the standard is at least 35 an hour with a salary of 75k. So they've been quite heavily underpaid. That is not on. These people are, without these creators and these developers and these modelists and, you know, artists, the game would not be a thing. And if all this is true, GameFam is taking what they have and who they have for granted. And I hate that this is happening, because yes, Speed Simulator is cool, but I would much rather have a happy development team with proper paid workers and less updates, less frequent updates. That's personally how I feel about things, because I don't care, the Werehog and that can stay away if artists like this are being underpaid. I hate that that's happening. Also, the fact that this person went to the higher ups and said about his situation, about their situation of like their dad's condition, and that they're looking after him, and it's like a lot of time for them just to cut the hours is unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. By going up to the higher ups, that kind of shows that they're at their wits' end with the amount of stress and the anxiety of being time crunched so much with these updates. I don't understand what's going through the GameFam to cut this person's hours down at a time of need when they were already being quite heavily underpaid anyway. I can't believe that, you know, he got terminated from the company even though he was still working on shorter hours now with less pay. They were still there doing their job, and they got terminated. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quickly look at these images, I believe, or it's like a the first one's a tweet. I wish my mouse would stop doing that, thank you. First one is a tweet of their work, and they showcased it on their Twitter, which is here. Check out this exclusive behind the scenes video of how we did the rig setup for Werehog from the recent update. That is, I don't follow GameFam or anything like that because I don't really have much of an interest in Speed Simulator. But this is kind of horrible that they're showing off this person's work. Really good work, I will say, when all this has been going on in the background. And also, in my opinion, I know not a lot of companies do this. I know the videos are done by this person, but I would have put down who made the model, you know, who put their time and effort into it. I would have put something like that down, because that would be a nice way of not rewarding the person, but like for the community to know who is behind the scenes making this stuff, you know. So we'll have a look at the other thing here, which is, oh, okay, so this is just a still of it. But I cannot believe that this is a thing that has happened. It shouldn't be happening in the first place. Everyone, like, they should value their workers, especially in a time of need. I don't like the fact that they're putting this Sonic Speed Simulator stuff over some of their own workers is crazy to me. That's what it seems like to me, because they cut this person's hours down. and terminated them, which is not cool. I know I'm a Sonic fan, but like, this is over a stupid Roblox Sonic game. Like, I'm sorry. I know the Sonic fandom has a bad stigma about us, but 90% of us would be more than happy if you just came out and said, due to some developer issues or some, you came out with a reason, right? And said the updates will have to slow down, or you could have bigger gaps in between updates, because I get you're trying to keep people on the game, but when it's affecting people, your own employees and your own workers, your own developers like this, you just need to stop. You need to sort your own employees out, help them out as much as you can. Don't time crunch them, because it's a Roblox Sonic game at the end of the day. I know you're getting money from this, and I know it's a money thing, because you need it to be a good business. You need to keep it up. If you need to earn money in order to keep this thing going, I get that. But we would all be fine with slower updates if it means a better workflow and a better work experience at your company. So yeah, I'm kind of appalled with all of this going on. If this is true, again, like I said at the start, don't go to GameFam Studios with pitchforks or anything. We'll just wait if they do have a response, because in my opinion they should respond to this, because this is terrible, and we will pick that up whenever that happens, if it does happen, or if anything else happens. I usually like covering and reacting to positive things, because again, this is a very positive channel, but this needs to be talked about, because this is really, really bad. And it's just, especially at this time of the year as well, it is just horrible to treat your workers like this. So please let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. I will be reading your comments as per usual. Maybe we can have a discussion there about what's going on here. But yeah, I'm appalled at GameFam if this whole thing is true. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed everything that was done here, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.